I haven't made an indie review yet, so I've decided to make this one for my favorite indie game. And yes, it's Doki Doki Literature Club. Truth be told, Doki Doki Literature Club is my second favorite game of all time. Truthfully, I know it's weird to say that because, like, wow, you're a weeb. But, like, yeah. The characters just felt connected with me. Like, from Yuri, the shy girl who was my favorite, to Natsuki's of anime, and then Sayori is just. Of course I picked Yuri, because why would I buy this if I don't own the other sets in this, but like, for those of you who don't know, Doki Doki Literature Club is a game that pretends to be a cutesy anime dating simulator, but will later become a almost shining. I get shining vibes from it for some reason, as the psychological horror elements that kick in Act Two. Like there's a scene where if you choose either to accept Sayori's confession to you or say or refuse it, she will hang herself. And the music that plays, while it's the distorted version of the original theme, and it just, if you didn't know what this was about, that could legitimately terrify you. The thing that terrified me the most is when you say yes to her, like, you say yes, or you say no. I said yes though. Call me a weep, but like yeah. She blew out a kitchen knife and stabbed herself in chest and stomach. Which generally made me cry. Seriously, I felt a connection to that girl. And then she had to pick that Suki, it goes straight to Monica. And then I had to delete Monica, just for my girl. And then I wish you could go back to play the game normal. And simulator. It's like, but it's a horror game. There's a lot of foolish horror games nowadays, like games like Hello Neighbor, which is okay. Other games, but the fact of the matter is, this is an idea that works. And I think compared to other indie games that just feel like they're so based on one thing, Doki Doki Literature Club can like make you be fearful. In my opinion, it's one of the scariest games for that reason. Something fell off. But the truth of the matter is, Doki Doki Literature Club is a classic. A game from 2017. It's better than, and it doesn't use cheap jump scares to get you. That's right, it actually uses psychological horror elements, like creepypasta imagery. Well, where there's even a 1.5% chance you'll boot it up in these ghost screenplay with like the ghostly black and the girls, but the ghostly black and white. And then if you choose Natsuki, there's that imagery. Her neck will snap something if she'll get angry that you spent too much time with Yuri, and yeah, and there's the poems. The poems, man. Basically, there's like so many poems that can like are borderline horror. Like Yuri's poems are always usually sweet to read. They're neatly and they're easy to read. But like once you get Act Two, she makes one where it's blood covered, and it's one of the most disturbing things. Instead of rather using cheap horror tricks that might get someone really young. It uses horror tricks that will, obviously, in my opinion, make it a real horror game and not just a jump scare game. So that, in my reasons, is why Doki Doki Literature Club is the best indie game. Now, I know it doesn't. It's not as popular, but just this little piece of merchandise works for me. And the thing is, no other game has ever been able to put a little bit of fear in me. It's not the type of fear you sleep at night and you fear the monster under your bed. It's the type of fear you feel in the moment. So, that's why I ultimately say Doki Doki Literature Club is the best indie horror game. And once the ranked games, it's be my top number 2 because I love GTA 5, I love GTA 4, but GTA San Andreas number 1 is number 2. We'll put them, but yes. So, Doki Doki Literature Club. The rating will be, I'm going to give it a 10.1 out of 10. Yes. Actually, 10. I'd give it 10. It uses psychological elements pretty well, and it's the only critique I might have for it a little bit is it's hard to go in with a blind playthrough. The game's so much was about it, and like it's good. It's on PlayStations now, so I was able to play it. I played through it twice. Went near both times, and it's pretty disturbing. But yes, peace, love, everyone. From my anime waifu to yours, I've been Mr. Taxman. See you in the next one. No, don't.